6-4 to Kyren Wilson. There's 2 more frames before the last interval of this Masters final.
It's one of these shots, if you miss, you're hoping that the red will free itself from being potable.
One.
He looks a little stronger, Kyren, doesn't he? I know that's easy because the score is 6-4, but that burst from 3, all those 2 centuries, is, of the 2, he's the only player that's looked like doing that. So far. And that's well played. There was not a great angle on that. He forced an angle.
8.
Yes, there's a red just very slightly loose. Not the one he's going to play now, but there's another red under the bunch. And he's finding out if there's anywhere on the left side of the table he could pot it and open the reds, which means he wouldn't have to play the split. Not sure what the outcome of it was. Well, there you are. He's decided to open them off that shot.
9.
Well, the balls are making a thunderous sound when they go in. But he's got that shot wrong. Lots of left hand running side, but he was off the mark with the position.
Kyren Wilson, 14.
I don't think that was a particularly good shot again from John there. He's not finding the bolt cushion. He has covered the bottom red. Well, he's covered it with the red above it. Certainly the potting angle is not there. Well, he'd have to hit the first red ever so thin to make the second red a plant. From where the cue ball is, it would be different if he was across to the right with the cue ball. He's playing this. It's a brave shot to play.
Still pressure on this one. But But he set his stall out clearly. He's going to attack. He's going to try and get in, get scoring. Oh, the black's not there.
No, you're right. It was one of those shots. If you bring that cue ball closer, it's not difficult. It's just the fact you're playing with your hand on the cushion rail.
One.
Few oohs and ahs. It wasn't clean.
6.
Yeah, his long potting, as you see in the first round against Barry Hawkins, it was exemplary, 85%. In this final, though, he's potted just 2 from 11 from distance so far.
Seven. Ping ball.
He's sort of fighting for position, isn't he, all the time, John? He has options here, though.
13. Fourteen. 21. Twenty-two.
Well, that's a way of breaking the pack. We're seeing it played quite a lot,
27.
the two cushions. You've got to come very close to the corner pockets on those to get right into the main bunch. And most efforts have not quite done that, we've seen. Saw Kyren earlier on play it in that way, missed the reds altogether from the other side of the table. Pretty thin cut, this one, to middle if he's playing it. That's a good kiss he's had there. It's a good pot, but he's had a favourable little nudge. And again, he could attack the bunch of reds directly this time. None of this playing off two cushions. Perhaps from the yellow. Not sure it's quite how he played it, but it doesn't matter that much. It's now a great chance.
$31.
Masters has always been a sort of feast or famine event for Higgins. It's his 32nd appearance. He's lost 16 times in the first round, but he's also won it twice, and this is his 6th final. So you're never quite
36.
sure what you're going to get from him here, but it's clicked this year. He's ridden his luck, let's be honest, and he's admitted that, particularly against Xiao Tong. Could easily have lost 6-3 to Judd Trump yesterday had Trump not missed that brown in frame 9, but he's still here. And he has another chance to pull back to within 1.
$37. $44. $45.
So he's growing all the time here. The split of the bunch off the yellow, it worked out particularly well. So I'm not sure it's quite the
53.
idea to swing off them around 2, but you know, the upshot was all the reds were lined up to the same pocket. Almost like a practice routine in the end. Except, of course, this is not practice. It's a real thing. He needs another red, and he's back to within a
60.
frame again. It's like Kyren is getting the better of things, but he can't shake John Higgins off, unsurprisingly.
$61.
Yeah, and it's been scraps from Wilson, hasn't it, tonight, whereas John Higgins has made his highest 2 breaks of the final in this session. So he has upped his scoring. He's missed that, and that'll annoy him because it's 1 snooker
61.
needed. So this isn't done yet, this frame.
No, I did not see that one coming. It's not a shot that you'd expect to see John ever miss.
1.
Just wondering if there's any room behind the brown to sneak the cue ball in now. I think it might be a little too close to the bolt cushion for that. Oh, that would be on the last red, I think. John still can't quite believe that the frame is still hanging on. It's a regulation black, which John, I mean, he doesn't miss those very often.
Yeah, you just got to think that his concentration was put so much into the meaningful side of the break that he sort of subconsciously switched off there, but could cost him.
Yeah, I think that definitely happens occasionally. And of course, you're always kicking yourself because you kind of open the door a little bit to your opponent.
8.
I mean, it's very possible he could put him in a snooker that is extremely difficult to hit.
Kyren Wilson, 8.
Didn't really want to knock the black awkwardly. And you feel that John will hit this anyway, but if he does miss it, there's 34 in it, so red-black needed, and the black's been pushed away from its spot. Not in Kyren's favour. It's an awkward one now because he wouldn't really want to pot this and go for a lower value colour because that will just extend the amount of snookers he needs, increase them. So if he's not going for it, it's not easy to play the snooker instead. That's what he has tried, some oohs and ahs. Perhaps people thinking that he's missed a pot there, but that wasn't the case. But he hasn't got the snooker either.
Well, as we've established, Higgins' long potting has not been great in this final, but my word, he'd love to knock this in. And then it would be 6-5, nailed on. If only it were that simple.
Well, he's thinking very hard about what the option is here. I don't know if there's a very easy way of attempting a snooker here. Doesn't seem to be an obvious route, or certainly even a ball to target to get the cue ball behind. I think sometimes I'm sure you just have to just play a safety shot and not attempt the snooker. Just don't leave the red on. He's going to take the red up and down, I think, here. Interesting shot choice. Not a bad effort. Not quite getting the snooker, though.
Yeah, and it made a difference because it allowed Higgins to put him in one. And if only he just potted that black off the spot when he was in, there wouldn't be any of this. But frame continues, one snooker, successful snooker needed.
Well, he made an effort to get the black out a little bit, but he's put the yellow onto the cushion in the bargain. Makes me think if Kyren could pot a red and a black, he would now. Then the yellow becomes the ball on, so because that might not happen anyway, but I think if he got the chance to pot it, he would. As I say, if he can pot the red and get on the black now that he's developed it, you know, that kind of keeps him in the hunt, Wilson. No other colour but black will do. It's very well played.
1.
Very controlled. Well now, one on the yellow, and again, things taking a little bit of shape for Kyren Wilson. You know, if that snooker that he can achieve a good one, then, you know, who knows, he could steal this frame. It would be pivotal, I think. Well, certainly a big moment.
Eight. Kyren Wilson, 8.
I think he's left it potable. Although, as we've said, you know, he's not exactly knocking these in for fun at the moment. I mean, if he'd got it off there, I think it would have been a free ball. It would have been all sorts of problems, and he might be in a problem anyway. Kyren will be bitterly disappointed with this shot. Even if the snooker is a regulation one, he could have made that extremely difficult for John. It was a real opportunity for him. Again, I think he popped the yellow here. Green's not helping him much where it is. Doesn't have to, but I think I'd be knocking it in and seeing what I could do on the colours further down the line. No, deciding against it. Great shot. Can't fault that now, can you? Can't fault that in any way that he played that shot. Wow. 3 cushions, I believe, is what John is looking at.
Yeah, he's sort of put himself in a hole, hasn't he? It wasn't just the black. That's where it started, but he's had 4 opportunities from distance to pot frame ball since. Now he's in this snooker. If he doesn't hit the yellow, Wilson can win the frame.
I mean, put anyone out there, John Higgins, Mark Selby, or anyone else, you know, this is a missable escape from a snooker. Brilliant, that is. That's brilliant. The fact that he's gone to 2 cushions, 3 seemed a better way, really, but no better way than the way he went and hit it. It seemed to take forever, didn't it, to get up to the yellow, that cue ball. It's not the worst effort either. Lucky.
Well, he's getting good support, Higgins. Can he finally pop this ball? It wouldn't necessarily be over if he did, but it would be a bit of breathing space. It would mean that Wilson would need 2 snookers on the green. It's 12 minutes since he missed that black off the spot when he was in on a break of 61. And still, the potter eludes him.
I mean, if anything went wrong for John, he lost his frame, he'd be hard to come back from this, I think. It's another really good one. This is it's a real worry for Higgins now, because everything's there if he does miss. You know, it's not a shot you can hold back and say, well, I'll try and leave the ball safe. He's got to hit this. Well, you can either go 1 cushion or maybe 3, which is looks risky. Then he's got the shot of 2 cushions between the green and blue. A hellish snooker to be in this. I don't think he's going that way. I think see if he's going across 2. It's difficult to tell. Yeah. Oh, he's hit the blue. Oh my word! Wow. Unbelievable. This really is.
It's completely unravelled. It's a mixture of Higgins being unable to kill it off, and Wilson there has laid a couple of good snookers, and the second one has paid off. So now he can win. Huge moment in the final, biggest so far.
Well, 10 is the target, as we know, but, you know, it would put him 7-4 up. You know, there's an argument that this is the match right here, isn't it? Just psychologically, it's going to be a damaging frame for John to lose if it happens.
He looks furious there, doesn't he, in his seat?
5.
It's a very well judged shot.
He's furious because he will feel he's thrown the frame away. He was in, he missed the black initially. That's where it all started.
Nine.
He's taken these pretty well, hasn't he? You know, he's kind of got himself on the ball in the best way each time.
Fourteen.
Wow. He misses the pink.
14.
Yeah, I mean, he was straight on the blue. Any angle on the blue that he might have had meant he could get right behind the pink, but he doesn't. I don't think rolling balls is his thing. But I didn't believe he would miss it. Of course, John could pop this out of the snooker if he plays up the table. Incredibly dramatic frame.
Well, you couldn't believe it could become even bigger than it was about a minute ago, but here we are.
Thank you.
Well, if he goes up the table, he's got a sporting chance of knocking it in, hasn't he? That's the thing. If he plays to roll up to it, then clearly the pot is not in the equation. It's just a holding shot.
Well,
Not reached it.
Kyren Wilson 6.
I mean, it might not make any difference, actually. When you think about it, he still needs one pot. I don't suppose it matters. He's going to have to put him back in, isn't he? But then, of course, John might go up the table and pot it this time.
Yeah, all the things you re-rack. Some comedian says, yeah, all the things you practice for. You don't practice for this.
He might put John in from there, I suppose. I don't know. What do you do here, really? Of any
Thank you.
real benefit? What's the biggest benefit to Kyren? Play from there. Have the miss taken. Balls replaced. If I were John Higgins here, I'd consider going up and down this time. But the shot he's playing, I doubt if he'll finish short this time either.
Would you like to check? Can we please bring it up?
Well, it's the most unbelievable frame of the tournament, isn't it? And it's such a huge frame in this final. 6-5 or 7-4.
Fraction towards the black.
So make sure the cue ball's in the right spot.
Yeah, that looks
We can
fine.
agree on
That
one
looks
thing,
good.
Dave.
Yeah.
Whoever loses his frame is
Thank
going to
you.
be pretty devastated, aren't they? Even if it's Kyren now after all this.
Absolutely. Just a little bit harder. Certainly harder. Whoever wins it will do well not to get on the table like Alfie Burden at the shootout. They'll feel like they've won the tournament. Of course, it won't be the case, but my word, they're putting us through the ringer here, aren't they?
Pretty good shot. I mean, he is inviting an attempt for John Higgins to cut this in. But he has done one thing. He's put a lot of distance between the balls, which has to be to his benefit.
Well, he had several attempts, didn't he, at long pots on red and yellow to kill this frame off, or certainly go a long way to doing so. But this really is frame ball.
It's one of those shots, thin to win, they say. Yeah. You're going to overcut it. And I think he did go for the pot, but missing it thin means you don't leave it in the jaws of the pocket for your opponent. That's an excellent shot. That's very good from Kyren Wilson. You know, he's taken it well. Obviously the pink was pretty calamitous that he missed right at the end there, but you know, all the other shots he's played in and around it have been superb. But that's the one he'll remember if he loses the frame.
21 minutes since he potted that red, then he missed the black. He would have been 53 in front with 43 on had he potted it. 3 snookers needed.
It just felt like the frame was over, Dave. You know, it didn't feel like there was any drama about to happen.
Little did we know the drama that was to follow, and still continues.
Now again, this is another extremely good shot from Kyren Wilson. You know, he's finding the golden rule here is always to get that object ball safe. More important than anything with the cue ball. It's a good follow-up from Higgins. Willingly pink to be cuttable, and who knows, he might have a go at it. I think he knows one thing, that the cue ball is coming down towards the black, but it's a fiendishly difficult shot. Well, I think John needed the ball over the pocket. We've still got to pot this, but I think to win this frame, John needed it to be over the pocket, and it's virtually that here.
Well, if you hadn't seen the last 25 minutes, you might not have believed it. Surely there's not another twist. Just making sure the cue ball's actually in the D. So after all that, it's the pink for 6-5. The most